Yeah, I've been fortunate in my ministry to have a friend, Mark Middleberg, and we sort of journey through life together. We write out of that experience, and it's really enriched our ministry and our lives. You guys have a similar situation. Your names as co-authors weren't picked out of a hat and you thrown together as strangers to put something together or do it by long distance. Or you really have a deep and an abiding long-term friendship. How did that affect the writing of the book?
Yeah, I think that's an important question to hit on.
Yeah.
I think that is a unique kind of distinctive of our book and even of our writing ministry, that when Kyle and I kind of lean into ideas for book projects, which he could probably speak to this admittedly as well, they're legion. You know, every few weeks there's a new conversation over the phone or over coffee about we could do this or we could write on this. But what's interesting is it's always couched in that framework. We could do this. And so for Kyle and I, there's this kind of natural default to thinking about our ministry, thinking about our writing ministry specifically as being done together. And for us, there's definitely a personal element to that, of friendship, of having walked together for so many years, being in each other's weddings, walking through hard seasons of life together, walking through joyful seasons of life together. We've really walked this journey together. But there's also a very practical kind of reality to that. And I think we both value writing and speaking and doing ministry together because we believe that we sharpen each other, and that the places where I'm weak and that I need assistance and I need support and I need someone to come alongside of me, and Kyle can do that for me and me for him. And so the thought is that doing it together is both born out of kind of personal bond and friendship, as well as a value we think that will bear itself out in the actual work and the writing, that doing this in fellowship and in community will only enrich, will only enliven, will only deepen the quality of what we're doing.
Yeah, well, and I think one of the specific things that's so unusual about our circumstance is that we kind of are in a ministry together. And so we have the same direction, but we are so similar in certain areas. We have similar education backgrounds. We have similar interests. When we read a book we love, the first thing we do is text the other person saying, hey, you've got to get this book, because we know the other person will love it. But Jamin has this pastoral side, and that's what he's doing vocationally, and I'm a professor. And they both have shepherding elements to them. I live in the academy, he lives in the church in a real sense. And so there's this kind of different angles we bring to the table, but they're united by so much more. And I think what makes it hard for a lot of people to write together is there's just, even if there's similar interests, there's so much difference in these other areas. Whereas for us, there's so much similarity. We really are two sides of the same coin. And that allows us to speak. And I think this really comes through in the book in a way that I was really excited about, because we didn't know what it was going to look like to do together. That we have a single voice in the book. You will never be able to figure out whose chapter is this or anything, because there isn't. I mean, this is melded together. It's one voice, one kind of lived experience with God. And so I think there's something that really in our editing process was neat to see as this thing meld together in kind of a unique way.